This weekend at Michigan, Chris Buescher held off a hard charge in Martin Truex Jr. to capture his second victory in a row. Let's take a look at the lap position graph and how the strategies played out here at Michigan. Okay, as we look at the lap position graph here, that's lap 74. That's the differentiation between Sunday and Monday's race. Different races in the way they played out, but really all the strategy happened on Monday. If you look forward from this caution that happens at lap 103, that's the one where everybody looks at it and says, okay, from here I can one stop the end of the race. And they all come to pit road. Chris Buescher came to pit road. Martin Truex Jr. as the leader came to pit road. This ends up being a 14-lap run to the end of stage 2, but they're going to sacrifice the stage 2 points to come forward. The one caveat is that Martin Truex Jr. makes a drive from 14th to win stage 2 at the end of this. I think that changed up what James Small looked at. That recovery speed, and now he's in a position he can come to pit road at the end of the stage, took 2 tires, got himself fuel so he wouldn't have to wait on fuel come that last stop. From that point forward, the race goes green. Chris Buescher inherits the lead here by staying out at stage 2, and he's out to a decent lead. He and Tyler Reddick drafting together down the straightaways, staggering into clean air in the corners, coming back together to draft in the straightaways. They did a really good job of working together. They drove that 3.5-second lead over Martin Truex Jr. in third out to 6.5 seconds before they had to come to pit road. This bought them the time to be able to cycle back out in front. As they come off, they're right in front of Martin Truex Jr. They've maintained a lead lap. They've gotten the piece that they needed to. Martin's going to have to come to pit road. Another piece that happens here, Tyler Reddick's wheel comes loose in the middle of 3 and 4 here. At that point, as that starts to happen, Martin checks up for it. Chris Buescher continues to advance forward and pulls out a little bit more gap. A lap later, Martin Truex Jr. comes to pit road, executes a clean pit stop, exits pit road, but as you see here in the video, he's wrapping the apron of 1 and 2 as Chris Buescher rolls on by him and gets that gap. This may have been a different race from this point forward had the 45 of Tyler Reddick not had to make the extra pit stop. Those two, Tyler was in front of the 17 as he left pit road. They would have been together. Martin could have joined into this fight, and I think Martin had the pace to be able to take advantage of Chris Buescher had he been in the dirty air of Tyler Reddick. That would have left Martin to race Tyler Reddick at that point. It's not the way the race played out. Let's look at the closing laps as Truex mounted a charge towards Chris Buescher in traffic. He got to the point here that he got side by side with Buescher getting into the corner. Buescher pulls him back to the start-finish line, but then puts Martin down in a vulnerable spot, down at the bottom of the racetrack, kind of squeezes the air down on him, gets him loose, he has to lift, gets a lead back. Martin eventually closes this lead back up, but never could make a charge that would get him side by side with Chris Buescher again. A really well-executed race for Chris Buescher, bringing him his second win in a row.